Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Southpaw's Tales from the Barstool. I am your host, JD, owner of Southpaw, and to my right is Kat, the real reason that you guys tune in. Go ahead and say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. I don't have a quip today.
She's totally fucking slacking on you guys, so blame
what do you want
her.
from me? Am I just here for your entertainment? What the hell?
Yeah, you pretty much are here for their entertainment. And you're gonna see me screwing with the mic a lot tonight. We got new chairs.
We're gonna have to turn. I can't hear me at all.
Yeah, we got new chairs.
Is that better?
That just completely changed the setup.
Literally everything, and we're like, I feel so tall for the first time in my entire life.
They're only like three. There's only like a 3-inch difference in the height, but it definitely feels like we're sitting on a fucking mountain instead of a molehill.
It really does.
So tonight we have Joe Palacios. We're going to bring him on here shortly. He is a Marine veteran and the founder and CEO of Maxwell Soaps. Yes. His tagline is "Don't be nasty." We'll hear more about that here shortly. We have a very brand new sponsor for you guys tonight, which is also what we're drinking.
Woo!
Which is 5x5 Brewing Company, Battleborn, Texas-made veteran brewing company based in Mission, Texas. Man, I need to get the banner up. I'm slacking here.
Oh, that's my fault too. Here, I got it.
All right. So it's co-founded by Army veteran George Rice with beers like the 40 millimeter stout, the God damn it, I can't talk.
Brunette Bombshell, which is what we're drinking tonight.
Bombshell, which we are drinking tonight. Fubar. It's no surprise this brewery is taking over Texas markets from the valley to the coastal bend. Ask your local bar, restaurant, or grocer to start carrying 5x5 Brewing today. You can find more information about them at 5x5brewing.com, facebook.com/5x5brewing. You can call them directly at 956-445-5421, or you can email them at info@5x5brewing.com. So we're doing the drink and our first sponsor at the same time because they are one and the same. This is pretty much going to be the beer you see us drinking from now on, and I'm actually really stoked that they're a sponsor because I've been drinking their beer for 3 years now.
You like a lot of head, don't you?
Yeah. You need head because that's what releases the aromatic flavors.
Oh, yeah. No,
stuff.
I totally poured it where I wouldn't have much head. Wah, wah.
No, you're supposed to have the head on there. Everybody loves head.
Everybody?
Yes. Unless you're fucking retarded.
Turn me up a little. I cannot hear it. Thank you. Much better. Like already. All right. So I'm going to move on to our second. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done? Did you already tell them everything about 5x5?
I guess so. But yeah, we're drinking their Brunette Bombshell.
Pushing me for the time.
No, we're drinking the Brunette Bombshell, which is a brown ale. It is 8.68% ABV. Anything that 5x5 does is always named after something military related, a weapon system, a phrase, something like that. So if you are in the South Texas area, you can find it at HEB, Total Wine, Liquid Town, a couple other places like that. If you can't find it at your local liquor store, ask them about it. Put in the comments whatever you're drinking tonight. And speaking of the comments, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give them permission to see your name.
Thank you, Mark. Did you have problems hearing me also? Because I was like, man, I can't hear a word I'm saying. So now you can turn it down a smidge. But there's a happy medium in there somewhere.
No, I'm watching. Okay, man, the whole levels have changed because of these stupid chairs. It's ridiculous. You want to go ahead and bring in our next sponsor?
Absolutely. So our next sponsor is a Legion of Loan Officers founded by Air Force Security Forces veteran Nick Carpenter. The Legion of Loan Officers is America's masterminds for smart mortgage professionals, where you learn to attract 10 realtors you love working with.
That's this many.
Get your free copy of Nick's book. All you have to do, it's called the Loan Officer Strategy Guide at loanofficerstrategyguide.com. Just pay a small shipping and handling fee to his lovely wife, who we got to talk to on the air a few weeks back. Or you can go to www.facebook.com/Legion of Loan Officers / again. Awesome.
All right. Our next one is Omog Construction, which is founded by Marine vet Seth Knox and Matt Anders. Their general contractor servicing the greater Houston area with a focus on concrete.
The greater good.
No job too big or too small. From residential to commercial and industrial foundations and pads, Omog Construction has you covered. You can get more information at OMOGCO. That's omogco.com, facebook.com/OMOGCO, or Instagram OMOGCO. There's no spaces, no underscores, anything like that. OMOG stands for One Mexican, One Wedo, and Wedo is Spanish slang for white boy. Yeah, that's all for them.
Awesome. Next, we have the Veteran Talk Show with Ryan Smeltz, who wipes his butt standing up.
Yeah, he's a standard wiper.
We're going to say it every time because shame on you. A soldier, an airman, and a Marine walk into a room, and the Veteran Talk Show is the punchline. The Veteran Talk Show is more about veterans on the show than the ones who watch it. That was weird wording, baby. I love you.
I didn't word it that way.
An unorthodox version of therapy. They talk about things with each other they've never told anyone else, at least until now. Working to support sexual harassment victims, assault prevention, and stopping veteran suicide, they maintain a resources page on the website, including Richard Kaufman's book, A Hero's Journey. Come watch the organized chaos. www.veterantalkshow.com or Facebook.com/Veteran Talk Show.
And if you are a veteran, please go check them out. It is super hilarious. There's stuff that only you and I are going to understand. I've got 8 episodes out right now, and from the first 2 seconds, it's fucking amazing.
No. You and I.
Oh, a pugilist. That's a Young Guns
Boom, he
throwback.
got it.
I love it. I love it. Our last sponsor for tonight is the Pirates Coast Realty Group with Wendy Johnson. If you're buying, selling, or leasing in the Texas Coastal Bend, give Wendy the Pirate Girl a call and she'll find your treasure. Whether you're looking for your dream home on the beach or a buccaneer to buy your empty crow's nest, Pirates Coast Realty Group gets you the gold. You can find her at facebook.com/thatpirategirl. Email her at thatpirategirl247. That's the numbers 247 at gmail.com, or you can call her directly at 361-205-2048. Make sure you do it during normal business hours because let's have some fucking respect.
So she can get you a house on the beach so you can check out that booty.
That's fucking beautiful.
That's why I'm here, people.
So, with no further ado, man, let's go ahead and bring on our guest. I don't see him in the
I
room.
don't see him
What
either.
the fuck?
Okay.
So we're bringing him on, and you're just gonna see.
Hold on, you haven't closed out our. There you go.
We're fighting. We have 2 mouses or 2 mice. 2 mouses.
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
So, introduce yourself, Joe. I've already brought a little bit of your history. Tell us a little bit about you, about your business, and everything else you're doing.
Yeah, 3 minutes is yours, buddy.
3 minutes. And,
that's
okay. First off, just a few corrections. I'm not a founder of Maxwell Soaps. This is totally the brainchild of my brother and Corman Maxwell Moore. Like, this is his. He created Maxwell Soaps, and I'm more of like an operations guy, right? Like, Max actually has 2 jobs in the Navy. He had been intelligence, and then he also became a corpsman because he wanted to hang out with Marines because we're so fucking awesome, right? So that's how we met, and this is his thing. And then as we were kind of going on a parallel road. I was working on a transitional work program utilizing a dog training center and urban farm. Eventually it became an urban farm, and as we were paralleling this thing, our passions are kind of aligned, right? So we just decided to kind of combine forces. So my title would probably be more like a vice president of operations, and the other title would be a kind of like, I'm like a pollinator, right? So which is kind of a term that I stole from other groups as I pollinate myself and try to grow, because my passion still is a transitional work program. And what I initially started out as for veterans, what I realized is it's just a transitional work program, but really it's a place for people to come together and kind of just grow. So, and whatever that means for them is theirs, but it's just a place for community and growth. And I still think that the way to that is with dogs, with growing stuff, and just doing the things that everybody does together, having a meal, maybe making something, growing something, things like that, right? And the soap is a perfect vehicle to send this message out that Max had already started. So that's how I got involved with soaps, and it's been amazing, man, because it really is a super great idea. Like literally, this soap kind of just grown into something even more, and that's kind of like I wanted to share the other part because we always talk about it, but we never kind of dive into it when we say it's not just soap, right? It's more than the soap.
Well,
so that's
I definitely apologize for the mix up on the titles and stuff. I've known you for, I mean, quite a while, and I never knew that part of the backstory. I always thought that it was yours, because you own it. Like it's not financially. I mean, I'm sure you do financially.
He means like emotionally, you own that shit, man.
Oh.
You are Maxwell Soaps.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you live it. Like you live it. You own it.
And really, that's kind of true because it's funny. Max was in town, a couple of weeks back. He was learning to captain a boat, right? He was going through a program where they learn to be a ship's captain because he wants to captain a vessel where you can carry passengers. So he was here and we were talking and he said, "So how are things going?" And I'm like, "Oh man, they're going great." And then he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I had a friend of mine the other day. He was asking me, 'Hey, so what about the soap company, Max?'" And he goes, "Yeah, Joe runs it." And he goes, "Yeah?" And he goes, "Yeah, Joe runs it." And that was it. So like, yeah, and that's the guidance is like, dude, own that shit. And that's what I try to do. And it's been difficult at times, but now that I own it, it's not hard because our passions are aligned, man. And me and him are kind of like, as we get through this conversation, right, it's going to dive into how Lane and Steven kind of turned me on to this other world, and then meeting some other people and kind of opening up to things that I didn't know.
Man, you're giving us entirely too much credit of how deep we're gonna get. No, we're all about dick and fart jokes and toilet humor. And
it's funny though.
Yeah. So how long have you been in love with Max? I'm just kidding.
No, actually, I think it's the other way around, man. I think
he's in love with you. Oh wow, Maxwell! If you're listening, you might
it's a mutual love. Rand, he's a corpsman. He took it out for us. But what I always remember is that was his tagline before he was making soap. Don't be nasty.
Oh my gosh!
It was like his corpsman tagline was "Don't be nasty." Go wash your hands, guys. Don't be nasty.
If I had soap, I think my tagline would be like, wash your ass. Like, it would be very to the point.
Mine would be scrub your nuts. Actually, I want to say one more serious thing about the soap and Maxwell real quick before we get into the shit show part of it. I have the subscription to your soaps, and where I get a new soap every month. And this one last month, well, I used them as giveaways on the show before, but the one that you sent last month, it's the eucalyptus and mint. Dude, that shit is fucking bomb. I smell like a mojito. It's awesome.
I'll admit it. The exfoliating one that you gave JD, I used it.
Yeah, she's using my soap.
I used it. It's like, Mom, my gosh, my arms are so soft now.
So real quick, just blurb out the website so that people can go check it out, order your soaps, and then after that, no more fucking business talk.
Got it.
No worries, man. Absolutely. I like to use the tagline one. It's www.don't.nasty.com.
So don'tbenasty.com.
You know what's so weird? JD never tells me that. He's like, "Bitch, you nasty. I love you."
Yeah. Get nastier. Be nastier.
Really? Nastier?
Let's push those boundaries.
Oh, look. Hey, you can be nasty and not be nasty.
Yeah.
It's all in the inflection, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to scrub my ass before we get nasty. And after, if you do it right. So, yeah, we're good.
All right. So you're a Marine. What years did you serve?
Oh, man. I served 92 to roughly 2011.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 92 to 2011. How many games of Gay Chicken did you win?
Oh, man. I never played Gay Chicken.
Oh, do you call yourself a Marine?
JD,
no. Man, there's a
misconception. You played Gay Chicken.
Okay, look,
I have never lost Gay
Chicken. I got to
Chicken.
tell you this. I have to share this. And every other Marine will deny it because they weren't in the units. But if you started your career in 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines, especially Fox Company, then you're actually just a little bit of cut above the other ones. So you don't play those kind of games. You do like worse stuff. So
Worst stuff.
Oh, please elaborate. You've got to give us some examples, or else I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, because Mark says Navy nasty is a different thing, and I'm curious now. So now you got to elaborate.
Oh yeah, Navy
Give me
goes out with
some.
a Navy goes out to
Worse
sea
than
with
gay
1,000
chicken?
boats.
Like, you got to tell us.
Oh man, first of all, to be honest with you, like I said, I don't even know what that is. So I don't know how nasty it is.
You want to show?
Gay chicken?
You want to show him?
You don't know what gay chicken is?
No. Oh my goodness. Maybe we just called it something different.
Is that where like two guys are heading towards each other to kiss, and the first one to turn away loses? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's the novice rounds.
Joseph.
Oh yeah, I never played that. I am so chicken. Look, I used to say, and maybe this is why, because I used to say that I would make the worst. I guess I could never be attracted to another man because I actually have a phobia, and it's almost an allergic reaction to penises that aren't my own.
To penises?
Like, a naked penis gets close to me. I start breaking out in hives. Like I can't breathe. It's just really scary. It's like it's like penis and clowns, dude. I just can't handle those two.
Penis and clowns.
Yeah. Well, JD, I feel the same way when JD's penis gets close to me. I get hot and wrong story. Never mind.
When I was in basic, for the people that weren't in the military, don't know how basic training is the showers is just basically a gigantic room with a bunch of shower heads running the circumference of it or the perimeter of it.
Mm-hmm.
And basically you run in there.
It's like prison, but voluntary.
Yeah. You kind of get wet. You kind of get soapy. You kind of rinse off and you're fucking done. I mean, you have like 13 seconds to bathe.
Hot spots. That's where you got the hot spots. Then,
yeah.
right?
You basically clean your hot spots and you get out. And it was like 4 weeks or 5 weeks in, and this dude walks in and has the most gigantic boner you've ever seen in basic, because it's the only boner I saw in basic. But I tell you what, you never saw 47 naked dudes run so fucking fast, because nobody wanted to be in the shower with the fully erect pecker. It was.
Why was he erect?
Nobody wanted to ask. Nobody talked to the guy to find out. It was just kind of, you stay in your area. But I do have to give him credit, because he got to shower for as long as he wanted to, and he had the entire shower room to himself.
Wow.
Hey,
maybe it was a devious plan.
Tower Tommy or whatever your name is. Good for you, man. You got that shower on to yourself.
Hey, so does that? I wonder, did he ever do that again repeatedly? Because then
no, it was just
right.
The
he
one.
like realized, hey man, if I just go in there with a boner, I could have the shower to myself.
Yeah, he kind of and like goes to town a little bit before he gets in the shower.
Go to the head.
Yeah, he pre-gamed a little bit.
He's his own fluffer, people. Like that's how it works.
Fluff it up a little bit.
So now we got to get back. What kind of crazy crap besides that was in the Navy?
Okay,
Marines.
Man,
Marines.
What is really weird is that a lot of the typical, at least when I was starting out, I think I missed out on a lot of the cool homoerotic stuff that happens in the military. Like,
I want that on a T-shirt. I missed out on all the cool homoerotic stuff.
all the cool homoerotic stuff. Right?
I was in the Marines and I missed out on the homoerotic stuff. Like have it say wah, wah, wah at the bottom.
I feel like I was cheated because I got to the fleet, and I was in there and I started working. Immediately we went to a combined arms exercise, which is just like a big, where they bring everything together and you go out and shoot and blow a lot of stuff up in 29 Palms. So like there was not a lot of like downtime to be in the barracks doing stupid shit. Then I got back, and immediately another friend of mine that I went to boot camp with that had ended up getting to that unit before me said, hey, because they were the company I was in had a super squad. I don't know if you ever heard of a super squad. It's an annual rifle squad competition that they do in the Marine Corps. And what they do is it's kind of like the Ranger Challenge or something like that, but it's a Marine Corps version. So you do all this cool shit, hard humping, running, offensive, defensive, combat, mount. You do all kinds of crazy cool shit. And my friend, buddy fucked me and said, hey, get Palacios. He could do that shit. And sure enough, this sergeant, and I am like, just out of boot camp, went to a combined arm exercise for 3 weeks, came back, and now this sergeant's in my face saying, you're going to be in super squad. And I was like, okay. And so all I did was train with these guys like all the time for the first year and a half of my career. And then we went and won the competition, went to DC, met the commandant, did a bunch of cool shit. That was when I first saw the silent drill team in person. It was super cool. So
and then I got to meet the president again.
So
Sorry.
if I could do it again, I would probably tell the sergeant, no, thank you. I want to hang out with all the other guys and do the cool homoerotic shit because I never did. I never got to do this gay chicken, and now I feel cheated.
It's never too late.
Yeah. You can always play gay chicken.
You can always have your gay moment.
You have your
homoerotic.
AGA.
You can have your homoerotic moment.
So JD,
you'll be a later in life homoerotic guy.
What's that? When are we getting together? Hey, it's only a 4-hour drive.
Hey, you should get close to the camera, baby, and like we can meet. Do it right now.
We can meet at Buc-ee's in El Campo. That's about halfway, and they have really clean bathrooms.
Okay, if that happens, I'll record it, people, and I will post it on the group, and then we will double the amount of followers we have.
Oh, this is just beautiful. So I was in the Air Force, and we had something very similar to that. What'd you call it? Super Squad is what it was?
Yeah.
But instead of rifle training and things like that, we had competitions as far as who could make it to the printer the fastest in their office chair, who could get the most even spread of cream cheese on their perfectly freshly baked bagels. It was rough. I mean, we trained hard for that.
This is why people call you the chair force.
Oh yeah,
right now.
Hey, you got to play it up. You have to.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna date myself because I dated earlier. Me and JD were communicating earlier, and I had mentioned I shared the flyer, and I was like, I said thanks for stopping by, but mostly stay classy. And he says, oh, haven't you seen our show? We're not classy. And I was like, oh man, the Anchorman reference just flew over his head. He's like, it went out the window. And JD's like, I just saw that once. When you were sharing that about the Air Force, I kept thinking of I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that. Yeah.
Well, they were like, yeah, that's for typing. This one. How did you get your Purple Heart? We were playing the rubber band with the paperclip.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm gonna have to watch that again. Yeah. I wonder if it's on Amazon.
Yeah, that's the So the classy thing is the Stay Classy San Diego thing from. Yeah, got that.
Well,
yeah, we're sassy and smart assy. That's who we are. We're not.
Yeah,
classy.
We're not classy.
But you know, Megan, all of Megan's college friends, we met when I was in the military and she was in college, or she was just finishing college, and all of her friends used to call. And where it made me feel, it was kind of cool, but it also made me feel old because they all called me Papa Burgundy.
Oh, hey.
And I used to always say, you guys should come to my barracks room. It smells of fish mahogany.
Oh my gosh.
and leather bound books. So.
Oh my gosh.
But the barracks in the Marines, you were still like open bay, bunch of dudes, like.
Oh yeah, was it?
Oh no, come on, we've come a long way. Like I haven't been in a squad bay. I didn't have to stay in an open squad bay since like I don't know 2008.
So your first 16 years, you did.
No, we were in barracks. I was in barracks. We had barracks. Although there was a time because in 5th Marines, when I was in 5th Marines. We were still in open squad bays, and then they decided to kind of like partition them with like what you do is you'd use your furniture to make your own room.
Yeah,
So-
using the wall lockers. And,
Yeah.
and
So you may.
and then
So-
like a poncho liner.
anything that you can hang
Oh
at
my
all.
gosh, y'all! That's.
Spare sheets, flags.
I
It
can
was
hear you
always fun.
baiting over there, Steve. Stop it.
That made having people that made having friends coming over very.
Oh, I lost you.
We can't hear you, Joe.
I don't know what happened. We lost you.
Oh, am I there?
Now
now
you
you're
are.
now you're back.
It's
Now you're
because
back.
Tommy is calling me.
Damn it, Tommy!
Hey,
don't you know he's on the fucking air?
Tommy,
Chase.
fuck off.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Tommy. Love you.
Somebody who's watching, send Tommy Chase a message that I'm on this podcast and for him to come on and watch it.
We're trying to
All
be
right.
gosh darn professionals here, Tommy.
Is it the same Tommy that was at?
Is
Yeah.
it Tower Tommy that we're talking about who had a boner in the showers
You guys
for
had a
cheating?
great conversation about gear and equipment for podcasting, and he has actually lately really kind of scaled up with some really cool camera stuff. 'Cause he
Yeah,
really-
that's down the road for us. Is to upgrade.
So I have
cameras.
a question though for you, Joe. So you didn't get the homoerotic stuff in the Marines, but what is your craziest freaking story? You're not giving us any like juice here. We need the juice.
Yeah, you're the soop guy. Give us some
Tell
fucking
us,
dirt.
come on, man. Show us how nasty you are and why
No,
you needed
look,
that soap.
I used to have a bad. Look, and if my friends from pretty much any time that I served are watching, up until I met my wife, of course. I had a nickname that they called Tip of the Spear. So I was the guy that they sent in to meet all the girls, right? But I had a bad rap because people couldn't close the deal, and I'd always end up closing the deal.
Oh, so you'd swoop in there and
No, I wouldn't, and that's the whole problem. I never swooped.
You
you were
wooed.
so you were the victim. You were the one being wooed by the girls, huh? You poor
Yeah,
thing.
I put them away all the time. Like,
These women won't leave me alone.
I mean,
I can't help that I'm
They
classy.
just
and-
keep fucking me.
Oh man. Wait, this because I invited like a lot of people. Can we tell who's on here? Is there any family members watching?
Sometimes we can. Sometimes we
you
can't.
know
I don't
what?
know.
If just risk it for the biscuit, man, give it to us.
Yep. Give it all.
Oh man, you know one of the craziest stories was the very first time I actually deployed to Okinawa, Japan. All right, so this is the craziest story. Obviously, you get the Liberty Brief, right? You're in Okinawa, Japan, and the company gunny there. Oh man, what was his? I can't even remember which gunny it was because I had so many of them. But literally, he had us in formation. He's giving us a Liberty Brief, and he says, "All right, everybody avoid the red light district, all right, and don't go to that damn banana show because it's probably the same lady that was there when I was a Lance Corporal."
Banana show.
So then, of course, when he says that, where's the first place everybody goes? They go
The
to the
banana
red light
show.
district, and they go to the banana show, which was still off limits. But of course, you go there, and so you're in this show, and the music's nice, and they have the buy me drinky girls. I don't know if you had those, if you had ever deployed overseas, which you just they come in, they try to buy you, they want you to buy them a drink, and then you buy them a drink, and it's like a $45 shot of water. And then when you get your drink, it's like it's one of these of ice and some kind of liquor that they say is, but it's really just ice and booze, and you get totally shit faced and buy them another drink because they want you to spend $40 on a bottle of water.
Oh,
So we're there, we're waiting.
Yeah, in Korea there were juicy girls, and it was orange juice that you would buy for them.
And you'd come out, and the music starts, and this lady comes out, and I swear to you, she was in her 50s. And I was like, holy shit, Gunny was right. That's the lady that was here when he was a Lance Corporal. So like a good Marine, like a good squared away Marine that I was, I sat there and I watched the entire show. And
Oh,
I actually watched this lady shoot bananas out of her area across
Out of
the
what?
room.
Out of what?
Out of her area.
What area is that? Like Area 51?
Well, it's got many names. The lotus flower, the beautiful, the petal, but literally from her vagina, shot. I swear to you, projectile shooting of objects.
I got the
So you
visual of
walk
it,
up
just like a.
So I'd be like, you peel bananas funny.
But it's like, well, I totally got the visual of it, especially like imagine like a peeled banana, but then like cartoon arms and stick legs
Do you
coming
think
off it, and it's flying through
mean-
the air, and you just hear it go. "Ah!"
The best part of the story is as that show ends and they're cleaning up for the next show, again, as I leave, as I exit the door, the gunny walks in the door.
No.
Nice.
No.
So,
What's up,
yeah,
Sarge?
but it's awesome. Yeah. Those
So,
are, I really had, man.
if she's in
Now,
her 50s,
you know what's funny is that as I've actually this last year or so, as I look back on my military service now, I really kind of see those things now. I kind of like, I don't know if I tune them out or if they just don't have that much effect on me. All the negative stuff is gone. Like I don't let it. I try not to let it bother me anymore. Which again, I don't know if it's because again, if I'm just compartmentalizing or if I'm actually moving forward. But it feels good to just remember the good stuff, you know?
yeah, absolutely. And I just have a question. If she's in her 50s, do you think her grandkids go to her house and they're like, look, Mom, Grandma made me banana pudding. And they're like, don't eat the banana pudding.
Wait. Oh, hey, you know what? Actually, I have a caveat to that story.
Oh, yeah.
That actually happened in like 93. That I went to that happened or 94, 93, I don't remember. But then push forward 98. Now Lance Corporal Palacios is actually a sergeant and has a squad. And I'm telling them, I'm giving them a libel brief because you're supposed to. And I'm telling them, hey, look, man, dude, you're going to go down there and you're going to go see this show. You're not supposed to. I'm not going to tell you not to because you're going to go. But just know this, that woman there is the same one
Oh, my
that was a Lance Corporal. I guarantee it. Sure enough, had some guys come back and they're like, man, Pilo, that you were right. That lady was like 90 or something.
You're like, I watched it when there was only one banana in there.
Oh God. See, I was unfortunate enough to get talked into going and seeing the Donkey Show in Boys Town.
Don't want to hear it.
What?
And yeah, and having a sick and twisted fucking mind, I was actually kind of excited to watch it just because of how fucked up it really is.
Oh my
Not for any
God.
sexual reasons, just
I'd let
because
you
it's just
impregnate me, you know?
super fucked up. And then I get there and they literally beat this fucking poor donkey into submission to make this shit happen. And then I didn't feel bad for the lady. I felt bad for the donkey because it was
Dead.
it was just treated so fucking horribly. I'm like, yeah, that's a night of my life I will never ever get back. And I'm gonna do everybody a favor not to go into any farther
I think they know.
detail.
Like, we're not going to do that.
There's one right behind me, see?
What's that?
A donkey?
Oh yeah. I couldn't make out what it was at first. It was
No, it's a horse.
weird angle.
It's
a donkey.
Actually, that's Baby Yoda.
Oh my
My
God.
5-year-old made it a while back after we watched The Mandalorian. I have no idea why making a horse reminded him of The Mandalorian, but that's what it was.
Well, his name is Grogu, not
Because
Baby
it's
Yoda.
like a Star Wars Western. That's why.
Yeah.
I get it.
fucking amazing.
It's,
That's
it's like a Star Wars Western.
that-
It is amazing.
So you're from Houston, right? Are you from there originally?
Excuse me?
You're from Houston originally, or Houston area?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I actually born and raised Houston, Texas. Although I did leave Texas just before high school, and me and my mom reacquainted, and she had another dad. I have a second father, and she had met this really cool dude. They really hit it off. They got married, and then she asked me if I wanted to come and live with her. So we went up and we lived with them in Colorado, me and my younger brother. So I actually joined the Marine Corps out of Colorado. So, but yeah, from birth until the 9th grade, this was home. And it's funny because I still like drive around. I remember everything, like kind of know how to get
Yeah,
around.
I mean, home will change, but home never changes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I live like an hour from my hometown, and they build new restaurants and they build new strip malls. They tear old shit down, but there's certain things that will never ever change. You know, you can go down the same street, and even though the buildings are completely different, it's still the same.
It's the nostalgia hitting you. I haven't been in my hometown in like 100 years, so I'll see you later, George West. But for now, suck it.
Suck it, George West.
I'm sorry, Kat, I didn't catch that. Where's your hometown?
George West, Texas.
George West, Texas.
Yep, I grew up on a ranch in Swinney Switch, and we commuted to school 45 minutes to George West, Texas.
Could you give me a approximate location of where George West, Texas is?
Half hour north of Corpus-ish.
Yeah. So if you take I-37 from Corpus to San Antonio, you're going to see an exit for
Beeville one direction, George West the other direction.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it cuts off and right goes Beeville, left goes George West. That's right before Three Rivers. There's a refinery there. A lot of people know where Three Rivers is.
If you took 59 out of Houston south, and you kept traveling south on 59, you'll blow right through the middle of George West.
It's got like 2 stop signs, so don't blink. You'll miss it. But we have a Dairy Queen, y'all fuckers, so we're legit.
But cool thing about Houston is some people know this that have watched the show in the past. We were actually recently picked up to talk about this movie Narco Sub that's coming out September 10th. Some of the actors, the lead actor lives in Houston. They did most of the filming in Houston. And yeah, Tom Vera, who's the lead actor, he's actually a geologist for an oil company that's based in Houston.
Based out of Houston.
And so he's acting, and he still does that job for the oil fields, and he's a petrogeologist. And but this show the movie comes out, hits theaters September 10th, which is the day before Patriots Day. Before then, they've been doing what they're calling Summer of Stryker, because the main character's name is Bruce Stryker. And they're doing a lot of free veteran viewings across the nation. They've done a bunch in Texas already. They did one in Fort Benning, Georgia last week. Next week is going to be here in Corpus Christi. I just want to show the trailer to everybody real quick. And a lot of this, you'll probably recognize the locations because a lot of it was filmed in Houston. So without further ado, let's see the trailer for Narco Sub here.
Sounds great, man.
The cartel employs what I'm calling now an active evil, which is the worst kind of scumbags, worst kind of people. Sexual slavery, torture, rape, enforced prostitution. You get the picture, right?
An exemplary man. A one-of-a-kind soldier. A faithful husband and caring father. Is that enough to keep him from helping a deadly Colombian drug cartel?
What's wrong?
Allison, down!
Rebecca.
If you want to see him alive again, there's a van. Get in it.
Your husband.
Take me to my family.
Is he a smart man?
I don't expect you to make this delivery.
And if I don't?
Your wife, your kid, you will watch them die.
Starring Tom Sizemore.
Bruce Stryker is an artist, and blood is his paint, and the cartel is his canvas.
Robert Lasardo.
Let's see if I can adjust your perception in terms of who I really am.
And introducing Tom Vera.
But let me get one thing straight. I will do anything for my family. And if you get in my way, I will kill you.
Daddy can save us. Will he? bravest man I know. And he'll do whatever it takes to come get us. And do you know why? Because we're family.
Will a man become a criminal to save his family? Narco Sub, rated R.
Maybe.
Dude, I
Oh,
have.
look at-
Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that, black and
trailer-
tan.
The trailer disappears for a black and tan. It's awesome.
Gorgeous.
I think I just had the wrong kind of glass. I think.
Yeah, or you just can't pour for shit.
Oh,
That too.
rude.
Yeah, I calls it like I see
I'm
it.
not a bartender. Oh, you know that's always a super cool job, don't you think? A bartender, although it's like
Been there.
Yeah, that's how we met. Was
Yeah, I was bartending, and
then I bartended for her.
yeah, then I took over managing, and then he bartended for me, and then he bartended for me.
I mixed her drink, if you know what I mean.
He knows how to do the long pour, if you know what I mean.
That means we did it.
I
We met each other in a biblical
I
way.
coined a new term with my wife recently, because you know how life happens, right? And you guys have kids, so you know like the
Yeah.
the art of the quickie.
Yeah.
Well, I mastered a new coined a new term the other day. I told her, God, maybe we could do a longie, because I didn't want to do a quickie.
Oh my god.
You know what?
See, that's the problem. So the other day, JD starts shit with me in the bathroom. We're supposed to be out the door. Like, I already have the kids load up the car, and he's like, let's do this. And I was like, all right, fine, let's do this. But I know you, and I know you are incapable of doing a quickie. No, I got this. So we start, and he's like, nope. He's like, it's not like 10 minutes. He's like, fuck. No.
It is an unfortunate truth that I am completely incapable of a quickie.
He is incapable.
And most people would be like, "Oh, that's such a great thing."
So
No,
then
it
the
sucks.
kids are like, we've been in the car for 15 minutes. And
I'm like, "Shut up! I cracked a window."
no, the car was
It does-
on.
I mean, you know what though? See, I don't think people realize though, JD. I don't think women realize it actually takes concentration to do a quickie. Like you really gotta focus and.
So you're like telling your wife, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to focus.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. That's why I can't look at you during quickies, because I'm trying to like stay focused and.
Is that why?
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. He tries to like bend me over things for quickies.
It's also a double-edged sword though. Like you also have to focus to not go too quick. So, but I think the art of being quick is like subjective. It's in our own heads. Like we don't know what quick and long really is, because we have some idea in our head of something different.
Well, I was just very appreciative, because he actually went until I went, and then was like, okay, I'm gonna have to call it, because I'm not even close. And I was like, well, that was very gentlemanly of you.
I'm so romantic. I let her
hold
go.
the door for me, as you will. And
I love the art of the euphemism in this episode is spectacular.
yes, he held the door open for me so that I could go in. And then he was like, okay, now that you've done that, let's go.
So you know, JD, there's no secret that I've really taken to Clubhouse. I really like a lot of the stuff that Clubhouse does.
Yeah.
I recently found this really beautiful club. It's called Tantric Awakenings, and literally they were celebrating International Women's Orgasm Day for 3 days.
Is that a paid holiday?
It should be. I think it was. I was in like I was like listening to them, and it was awesome. It was all about elevating women and like really this thing. And what was really cool was they were supporting 3 nonprofits. I'm not going to even try to name them, but they were super awesome. One was like about providing
orgasms.
And the only reason I'm not going to mention them because I don't remember their names and I don't want to mess it up. I'll remember and I'll add it to a comment later when we share this.
Lube to menopausal women.
No, it was like for hygiene products for when, because like in some countries, I guess when girls first have their thing, they lock them away and they put them away. I had no idea they did that. And then another one was for sex workers. It helps them do whatever, however, it helps them in any way that they need help. And then the other one was about, again, providing like education for young women about sex and all this.
Damn it,
really
Joe.
cool.
That is so inspiring, but now JD is going to want to lock me away for 1 week a month, and I don't appreciate that.
See, what's crazy is there's some of these countries out there overseas that do things like that. So when a girl comes of age, they lock her up and whatever. The different cultures do all this shit, and in our country, we're at a point to where you get chastised for holding the door open for somebody when they're walking in as you're walking out, because now you're being offensively masculine.
That is only certain people that are screaming the loudest.
Yeah, and
I still think it's a very romantic. So.
Yeah, I think it just I think the situation dictates. Like I'm not going to change how like what I think is polite.
Exactly.
Just because somebody else
is offended.
Offense to it, like
yeah,
it's just I know my intention for it. Right?
Yeah.
I think
I completely agree. Or are you doing unpopular opinion? Because I don't have a would you rather, but I do have an unpopular opinion.
Yeah. So no, there's no segue to this now, but we're gonna do
I see the behind the scenes people. Like one show, I'm gonna totally record what we're doing behind the scenes. You're gonna see that this is not easy.
Yeah, there's lots of mice clicking going on. But every episode we do the an unpopular opinion section where we talk about what we think, what our opinion is and how it's contrary to most people's, and we get everybody else's opinions on it. So the people that are watching, make sure that you put it in the comments if you agree, disagree, and why. Joe, we're going to let you weigh in on these. I'm going to start off with mine, and my unpopular opinion is that Hanna-Barbera is far superior to Walt Disney. And the reason I think this...
Wait. The people or the corporation?
The people. Fuck the corporation.
Oh, okay, God.
The
I was like,
right? Like characters, like the cartoon.
Because, well, Hanna-Barbera created 99% of their characters from scratch. They built the backstories. They made the characters up completely. Whereas Walt Disney, with the exception of the core Mickey, Minnie, Daffy, Goofy, outside of that, all their major films were based on old myths, fairy tales, folklore, etc. So he didn't create characters and storylines from nothing. Like he already had something going. Whereas Hanna-Barbera started from scratch with everything.
This is my thing. Okay, look, when I can't really talk shit about Disney because I'm pretty sure they own stock in me because now they own Star Wars. So I would never diss Disney like you bastard. I get where you're going, but Hanna-Barbera comes to about a certain age, and then after that, but Disney, I think, is transcendent over multiple ages of boys and girls.
Because they buy all their ideas.
Okay, so he's a savvy.
You have to look at the what you're comparing though. Hanna-Barbera, they didn't make any movies. Hanna-Barbera's characters were all like shows, right? Like unless I'm wrong, like I mean, the only movies I can think of are now adaptations of like Scooby-Doo,
exactly,
Space Ghost, and things like that, right? But
yeah.
But as far as was he even did? Oh man, yeah. I think if it comes to like core characters, I have to agree with you on your unpopular opinion that Hanna-Barbera created cooler, original characters. But then my other side of that is that Disney was able to adapt fairy tales and classics and make them like epic,
unique, and their own, exactly. And so, like I said, they're transcendent. Now they're classics. These are stories that were all but lost, and he they made them classics. So I would say Disney. Sorry, baby.
Well, I understand your opinion and where you're coming from, but you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, okay, I will.
Okay. So what is your unpopular opinion? And everybody that's watching, make sure you put your way in.
Yeah, Disney or Hanna-Barbera. I say Disney.
I say Hanna-Barbera.
And Joe says Disney. Is that correct?
Oh man, no, I have to say Hanna-Barbera.
Oh wow, I'm outnumbered here.
Boom.
Well,
Encouragement.
but I'm talking. Look, but there's a caveat for me. It's specifically if it's talking about
The people.
core character creation, like because
Got
man, Space Ghost. Oh man, Thundar the Barbarian. Man, come on, you can't beat those things.
Everything but Scrappy Doo. Scrappy Doo is a
Look.
piece of shit.
Greg agrees with me. Disney.
Scooby Doo,
You're quite a man, Greg.
Captain
Super.
Caveman.
Oh, Captain Caveman was awesome.
All right. So my unpopular opinion is I'm not a Mugs person. I'm not a Barks person. I am an A&W root beer kind of girl. I think A&W blows the others out of the water.
I don't know if that's unpopular.
It is.
Is it?
Yes. And in fact, I saw a voting thing on Facebook earlier today where it said, these are the 2 top contenders for root beer. Everything else can suck it. And it was Barks and Mug. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
And that's
Barks
what
doesn't have bite.
Okay. Here's my thought on this is, did anybody ever go to a Barks drive-through or drive-in or a Mug drive-in
They don't have
and get root beer floats? No, A&W did. A&W just
it's creamy, it's delicious, it's heaven. Oh, see, look, Keith says it too. A&W all the way. But I'm serious. There is a Facebook like voting thing going on right now, and they only wanted to compare Barks and
Mug are
Barks.
a very close fight for number 2.
I would agree to that. Actually, I wouldn't agree to that. I don't really like Barks. I'll be honest. I think if there is a second, it's Mugs.
Really?
Barks has a little spice to it, which I can appreciate. I like it.
Well, you also have to remember, I think Barks is the only one that has caffeine or doesn't have caffeine.
I thought it was Mugs that had caffeine. Now I don't know. No, don't get me lying.
Caffeine free.
Yeah, I know that. I know that 2 of them are.
Yeah, I remember which one.
Oh no, I'm gonna Google it now. You see what you're doing to me right here on the show.
And just since I don't want to get sued, anybody that works for A&W, Barks, or Mug, you can go fuck yourself because we're gonna talk about it anyways.
Yeah.
So
I like A&W because I'm gonna have to say I like A&W because they do have drive-throughs, which I thought was super cool.
And A&W, there was an A&W stand in Tyler where we lived up in East Texas when Kat was going to college, and we were fucking broke. I'm talking like eating bologna on hands because we couldn't afford the bread. Broke. And every couple of weeks we would scrape up enough sofa change to go to an A&W stand and get a root beer float and chili cheese fries and a bacon cheeseburger. And that was our date night. Like that was what we spent our very little bit of money on. And we missed 1 week because we were very poor. And then we went back. It was probably a month between the times we went there. And in that month, the A&W shop was sold, converted, and opened up as a Starbucks drive-thru. And I think that's where my complete disdain for Starbucks comes from.
It's Barks root beer that has caffeine, by the way.
Does it?
Yeah, but it doesn't have much. It only has like 23 milligrams per whatever, which is pretty low. I mean, I think a cup of coffee is 200, so it's like a tenth of a cup of coffee. So it's not a lot, but it is.
So it's only 250 times the daily recommended value.
Exactly.
So,
you just need a few more.
Let's see. Greg says that it's been a super long time since anyone's had a root beer. And Greg, I have to disagree because root beer, I think, is my
He means a actual root beer, probably like
No.
made from. Oh,
no, like A&W root beer is that's kind of my guilty pleasure as far as sodas go. I pretty much gave sodas up except for like my my no sugar ones I use as mixers for whiskey or rum or something. But
yeah,
root beer is the only one that I really drink anymore.
And she can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we actually had root beer floats yesterday in A&W. I'm pretty sure because I didn't pour, but I'm pretty sure it was that I remember the color because it wasn't a Barks color bottle. So if my wife's watching, I know she's trying to put the kids to bed over there, but she might be watching on her cellular.
Well, hopefully she's got headphones in because the kids don't need to be listening to this fucking shit.
Yeah, we don't let our own kids watch this shit show. So we're like, get your fucking asses up.
I shared this on my public Facebook.
I do too, but I'm like, I don't think I have kids as friends on Facebook, so I think I'm cool. Like I have like my nieces and stuff, but I think
and I want to share something with you guys. We have a new family member. We actually had a beautiful baby girl recently, and I want to share her with you.
Let's see.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
Isn't she the cutest thing ever? Oh my god, and I'm a dog person, and she is like the cutest thing ever. Go ahead.
Where's our Downsy cat? We have a cat with Down syndrome.
We have a cat that I'm like not metaphorically saying I'm pretty sure it's mentally retarded. Like I think it was inbred.
Stop. He is inbred, yes.
So
and he's got a little
cockeyed.
bit of cockeyed thing going.
So we named him Klinger, like from MASH Klinger.
Yeah, Klinger, because he followed us home from the park, so he clung onto us. So and my mom actually came up with the name if she's watching. Shout out, mom, I love you.
I renamed him Robert Downsy Jr. because he's fucking retarded.
His name is Klinger, but they keep calling him Robert Downsy Jr.
The cat fell while laying down. How do you fall laying down?
And then, so I told people at work that my husband is calling my cat Klinger Robert Downsy Jr. because he looks like he has Down syndrome. So the rest of the shift, there's a bunch of nurses looking up cats with Down syndrome images. And I'm like, oh my God.
And if you want a good laugh, Google that.
Do it. It's worth it. It's hilarious.
You're gonna go down a very funny downward spiral.
Just Google it and look up images. It's very entertaining. I mean, honestly, I got hooked on it too. All right, let's take a look. Oh my God.
I have to tell you, I really hope she's not, but if she is, I swear my mom had a dog that was challenged.
Well, see, that's the thing.
He was touched.
So I found out.
No, she was like stillborn, and my mom like gave him like resuscitated him.
Oh yeah.
And then he came to, and then when you just looked at him, like when he looked at you, you were just like, it's like
the lights were on, but nobody was home.
Are you there? Like
it's called anoxic brain injury. No blood oxygen to the brain for too long.
I'm so amazed.
So it's called anoxic brain injury. He's probably not there. That poor guy. You should knock on him.
He was like the coolest dog ever. No, this was like years and years ago. Years and years ago.
So I looked it up. Cats cannot actually have Down syndrome, just so everyone knows. They don't have that many chromosomes, so they can't be missing the chromosome that like makes them Down syndrome. So JD and I was joking one day and I said, maybe he's missing one. So instead of being like, what is it, 23 and me, it's going to be 22 and you. And then JD said,
it's 24 and more.
Like he has an extra chromosome or something.
Like Down syndrome. Yeah,
Down syndrome has extra chromosome. But they don't even get, their chromosome count doesn't even get far enough to even have an extra. So they can't have that extra one that makes them Down syndrome. But
so I don't know who I don't know who shared this with my wife, but my daughter a minute ago came over here and slid this over to me.
Is that water?
Yes, and said,
oh my gosh.
So whoever out there is looking out for me, I just want to say I'm 100% grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to the point where I actually have a gallon jug of water that I carry around with me every day, because if I don't carry it around, then I forget to drink water. Like I forget to hydrate. I just get so busy doing stuff. And I'm ADD, but I'm ADD with the laser focus, where I just like get tunnel vision on something.
He has OCD and ADD. It is like, I'm going to focus really hard on this squirrel. No focus for the squirrel. Like it is so hard.
So I actually have to carry a gallon jug with me so I remember to drink water.
And actually, I used to not drink a lot of water. And now that I drink more water, I crave it more. Like I'm thirsty more often now that I actually drink the amount of water I should actually drink.
My wife Megan, she did that 75 hard challenge. You guys know that? Have you guys heard about that? It's just an insane thing. You're supposed to work. You have 2 45-minute workouts a day. Drink 1 gallon of water. Read 10 pages of a self-development book, and you have to do it. Oh, no alcohol. Reduce your sugar. stick on some type of meal plan. It didn't say diet, it's just a meal plan. Just come up with a meal plan and just stick with it 75 days in a row. She did it 75 days in a row. Then she did another 30 days of what was called phase 2, which was still those 45 days, still a gallon of water, still drink 10 things. But they said you had to take a 5-minute cold shower.
No, I'm out.
Put
Hard
yourself
pass.
uncomfortable.
Look,
She knocked it out. I was like super blown away. I was like, whoa.
like 2 45-minute workouts a day, I could probably do. The water intake, okay, fine. I'm already on a eat like a diet-ish, regimen, no problem. The self-help books, hey, who doesn't need to learn how to self-love in like a mental form? Yeah. Great. Cold showers, you can suck JD's dick. I'm not doing cold showers. I don't do cold.
Yeah, Mark, as soon as you said cold shower, Mark commented, I'm out then. Chaz says, fuck phase 2.
Chaz said he did. I did 75 hard.
He did 75
though.
hard.
Hey.
And then he said, fuck phase 2.
Good for you, Chaz.
See, my thing is, I don't want to go without. I'm trying to cut out my sugars, my carbs, for health reasons. I'm a gentleman of a certain age to where I got to start changing certain habits to make sure that I become of another certain age. And
because if he dies, I'll kill him. I'll revive him just to murder him.
But the no alcohol thing, I'm like, fuck that, I'm out. Because and it's not like I'm an alcoholic and I drink. Generally the only time I drink is during the podcast.
It's Tuesdays during the show.
And just like Tuesdays after the show, I have a routine. I rewatch it so I can take notes. I smoke my cigar and
his one cigar of the week. Like, come on.
So it's like,
that's cool.
So it's part of my routine. It's part of my decompression, just kind of letting everything go. So I'm fuck the no alcohol. The rest of that stuff I can do. And then the cold shower, no, absolutely not.
So I was told. So I went on this very strict diet regimen. I've lost a lot of weight. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to bore everybody in this. I've lost a shit ton of weight. I was very stringent. Now I just want to maintain. So I'm not as stringent with my diet. I still work out almost every single day. And I've heard people tell me, well, if there's those extra pounds you want to lose, all you have to do is cut out caffeine. And I'm like, you can suck my mother's dick. Like, caffeine is my one go-to. Like, I could probably give up alcohol, no problem. I'm not giving up coffee. That's not happening. I'm not giving up my hot tea. It's not happening. And that I don't drink sodas. I drink tea. I drink hot tea. I drink coffee, and I drink water. Period. The end. I don't venture past that. And if I do, it's like a Coke Zero once every century, and maybe like a Big Red in Malibu, like when I'm with my sister or with a family floating down the river or something. But like for the most part, no. So no, I'm not giving up caffeine. That is my vice. I'm allowed to have one mother freaking vice, people. Like, come on. That's just mean.
Well, another thing is like she's been working out for years to lose the weight and everything like that. And then I was teetering between 210 and 215 for a long time. And then I hit 216 and then I'm like, nope, too fucking much. Started going to that 1 pound was
that
like
1 pound. It was like
was the straw.
His brain went, oh my God,
I'm a
close
fat piece
to
of shit,
220. Like, and he just,
because I don't need some people can carry 210 and carry it very well. It's very proportionate on their body. Not me. It's completely nothing but beer gut and turkey gobbler, which is
his
hidden by my
legs
beard.
are still, they were little. He started working out. Now they're bulking up.
But now I've gotten to the point,
cute.
at first I hated working out. We were going to the gym and it was fucking torture. And then we started going to a Muay Thai gym. And that was like I found my calling. Like I love it. Sucks. It kicks our asses.
But it's awesome.
But I up until I sprained my ankle last week. So I can't do anything right now because there's so much stuff that's based off of where you plant your feet, how you rotate.
When you guys train, are you guys like full headgear?
No, we do the conditioning.
Well, like slugging it out, or
I do the conditioning. He does sparring.
But they
don't have headgear.
Like Muay Thai sparring, MMA sparring isn't like boxing. Boxing sparring, they go 100% all the time.
Yeah.
MMA of any kind, most martial arts, if you're sparring for the sake of learning and
you're going what, 40%?
You're going anywhere between 20 and 40%. You go whatever your opponent's going. If you're better than the person that you're going against, you stay at their level. And by comparison to everybody else in that gym, including the 15-year-old that fucks me up,
Yeah.
I'm extremely novice, and I have a lot to learn. But now it's like I'm 41. I'll turn 42 in October, and I've decided I want to be fighting next spring. I want to actually go and compete.
We are to Muay Thai what CrossFit people are to CrossFit.
Yeah.
You know, you find that thing that you like doing as far as working out, because working out in general, people don't like say, yay, I get to go to the gym. No, they're like, fuck, if I don't want to be fat, I gotta go to the gym. You know,
But
they don't look forward to it, but we for the most extent do look forward to going and getting our asses kicked there.
But
So,
I started off as just doing the 45 minutes a day, and then now I'm doing 2 hours a day, sometimes 3 hours a day, 4 to 5 days a week. And I look forward to it, and it's so weird. Like,
and you do how many days a week?
4 to 5.
4 or 5 a week.
4 or 5 days a week.
He does 3 to 5 days a week.
Yeah, depending on kid schedule and work schedule. But I try to get in there as much.
Because I work out probably normally 5 to 6 days a week, because even on the days I work, I wake up at like 4:30 in the morning to work out. Most days, not every day. Some days that alarm goes off and I say, no, fuck that. I'm going back to sleep for another 20 minutes.
Matt, what are your nursing hours? Are you doing 4/12s? You do
I'm supposed to do 3 or 4 12s a week, but since COVID started for about a year and a half, I was doing 4 and 5 12s a week, sometimes 6, because we were critically understaffed, and you do what you got to do. So I'm a respiratory therapist. So I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I'm like a nurse for the heart and lungs. And COVID is a respiratory process. So I worked the front lines for the first 6-8 months, and then I got moved over to the neonatal intensive care unit, and I've been there happy as a clam for over a year, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I've done it. I've done neonatal off and on for since I started my career 15 years ago. So that's where my life is. That's where my heart is. And if they leave me there for the rest of my career, I will be the happiest person. I love my job when I work neonatal. Love it.
That's cool.
So outside of the soaps and your recent rediscovery on finding your mental zen path, what was an unexpected thing that you found, now that you're a gentleman of a certain age, something that just caught you off guard, that just gave you a new passion for life, as far as either a workout routine or a hobby, anything like that?
Any kind of self-help, self-love, anything?
No, man. I think just this whole idea of an intentional life, right? Like really kind of setting your path, and also being careful. I think now, again, it's that whole thing, knowing what we didn't know. I used to always think, oh man, this whole idea of vibrational energy that people share, or this whole idea of, I always thought it was like hokey, right? Like, I mean, I'm a practical kind of guy, right? Like, I used to hear people talk about manifestation and all this stuff, and I was always like, whatever, that's kind of bullshit. But it's because it was just bad PR, and what I think so what you're going to hear is completely opposite of what I just started. I think what I've learned nowadays is to really look at what people are saying, or what they call stuff, and really look at it instead of what they call it, because I think what I've learned is people are bad at really labeling things, at PRing stuff, right? Like, manifestation, it's not really about it's not like, oh, please make this happen, and then poof, it happens. It's like what Lane shares, man. It's like those imperfect actions, those taking those little bitty steps to make that manifest, and to push that out. Now, there are some things, I think, maybe there is some other things involved when you vocalize a lot of stuff, and you have to be careful, because I think there is energy and power in that now, which is kind of cool. Because like for instance, I was like saying the other day, I keep saying in my head, oh man, I want to redo the garage. We went on vacation. I came back. There was a leak in the upstairs bathroom. Instead of ruining the entire house, what happened was the water found a way to just leak into the top of the ceiling of the garage, and make it so that I have to fix it. Now I have to do what I said I wanted to do. So it's about actually, I think now it's just setting yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
So
Did I answer your question? I don't even know if I answered.
introspectively, now looking back, is there something you think held you back up until this point? Like, is there something that stands out in your head? Like, man, I wish I could have gotten past this habit or this. That something. Is there anything that you think held you back prior?
Yeah, no, I just think there's all kinds of stuff. Just I think the lack of really looking into things, I think, is what held me back. The lack of really being open to what's around me and to the kind of information that's really out there, right? Like we always say there's so much information out there. Like, oh, just go on the internet and look. But really nobody looks because you don't really think, right? Because we're so caught in past beliefs and what we were raised to know, oh, this is what's true, right? But it's really not. Like you got to kind of search for yourself, and that's where I'm at now. So now I really want to look for myself. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
it makes perfect sense. I think everybody gets to a point, and people hit at different ages. Or I think I'm sure you're probably the same way. You're probably the same way, but I think that you can hit that point over and over and over again to where it's like you finally come to a head with yourself with, okay, I'm making these stupid decisions and these stupid habits. I'm going to change this. And then you work hard and you change it and you're doing great. But over the course of time, you don't fall back into those habits, but
it modifies.
You find new habits that kind of take over. So you kind of have to
it
continually be like I-35 and just keep working on yourself.
or like
I always told
like
JD,
Highway 59, or is it Interstate 59?
Yeah.
Or is it
the entire Corpus Christi road system? Yeah, just keep working on yourself.
Yeah.
So I always told JD, I was like, my biggest problem with myself was my body. So I lost all this weight, and then now I just want to maintain. What's next? So then I got Invisalign. I'm using Invisalign to straighten my teeth because that was always bothering me, but it wasn't as blaringly obvious as the weight. Weight's gone, then I'm focusing on that. So now I'm getting Invisalign. So now I'm like, okay, what's next? And JD's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
And then she bitches at me because I say I want fucking Rogaine or minoxidil or something to.
That's not what I comment on. He wants calf implants. And I said, absolutely. Yes, you did. And I'm like, no.
If I were to get anything, it would be butt implants because I have no ass.
So Joe, I've been so easy on you this entire show. And I know JD is going to wrap us very soon. So I'm going to ask you a very terrible question. Are you ready?
You're ready. You have
Are
no choice.
you ready? Okay. If you could change one thing about your wife's body, what would you change?
If I could change one thing about my wife's body, what would I change?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that is mean.
Evil.
I know it's mean, but I have to ask one rough question. Like I've asked people their favorite relative, their least favorite relative.
Sibling. Yeah.
Like, come on, that's mean. I gotta ask a mean question.
She does it to everybody.
I know.
You know what? Nothing. I don't think there's anything.
Come on, cop out.
No,
she's got a funky toe, you know it. Come on.
I love her toes. Oh my god, I love her toes more than she loves her toes.
Don't say that, JD. Feet gross JD out.
No, this is an adult show, right?
You have a foot fetish?
She totally does not let me do anything to her feet. She's like, don't.
Totally,
like you, but you want to. Are you a feet guy?
Cool. I love rubbing her feet. That's just like super cool.
So you're a foot guy?
No, I love her boobs too.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, she's got a really nice butt. My God.
One thing, there's a mole. There's got to be a hairy mole somewhere. Come on, man. A third nipple.
Oh, you know what? I think I'd like her to have another piercing.
Oh, hey. Where?
Just please elaborate.
Where do you want her pierced, Joe?
What?
You know what I'm asking?
No. I think she should do her ear again. Like she's got
the tragus.
Really cool if she would get this little part right here.
Oh,
conch.
The conch. That's what it's called.
Oh no, that's the conch. And then let's see, conch is up top. Tragus is right here.
No,
yeah.
She just did that. Look, she just redid the one.
The conch.
Here. Yeah. No, it's the one in here. I think that would look cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. What do I need something?
If not, maybe labia.
we had
and he's like, "That's it for the show, everybody."
no, we actually before we even start wrapping, I do need to make a quick announcement.
Oh
we
my
just
God,
got the
yes,
news.
you do.
So this Friday,
Yes.
Friday the 13th, we are officially going to be
Friday the 13th.
on all your favorite podcast hosting sites like Apple, Google, Libsyn, Spotify, Stitcher, Audible. Pandora will be coming very soon, and in 2 months we will be on iHeartRadio. So every major podcast hosting place we're going to be on, so you can catch every episode you've missed. We've already got 8 to 10 episodes on YouTube. Much more will be uploaded within the next several days. So yeah, you're gonna be able to
We're
just
legit
That's
podcast
awesome, man.
now.
so this is
Praise, man. Boom.
this is like the coolest shit show ever. And
It is. I can't even explain it to everybody out there how naturally this has happened, because we're not pushing this. We're not seeking out people to be our sponsors. Nothing. We didn't seek out this production company who's done post-production. They contacted us. Even Narco Subs and that group has contacted us. 5x5, who we got to have lunch with today, who are amazing people. They've all reached out to us, and we've been very blessed to have these people in our lives and who are super supportive of just us in general. They didn't know if this was going to work. We had people giving us money for a show that we didn't even record yet.
we're 19 or 20 episodes deep right now.
Yeah.
And we're still getting I feel like we're still getting our legs out from under us or underneath
Us.
And
Not out
I
from
mean,
under us.
obviously
That's later.
there's definitely been improvements since episode 1, but it's still like it doesn't feel real. Like this is just our fun for the week. Like this is
It is.
You
like,
know
I
what?
can't believe people paid and people actually watch it. That's what blows my mind.
I have coworkers who
You know-
watch me.
You know what this like kind of validates in my own head is that if you're true to yourself, right? If you make people feel good and you give them something that they like, it doesn't matter what it is, right? Like I realize now people don't really just buy our soap. Now our soap is good, but they like the people.
Yeah.
And I think what you guys do is amazing. It's beautiful and people love it. And that's what they're it's not about your production value and all this other stuff. It's because they want to hear you guys talk. And I think that's awesome.
Well, it's like
we appreciate
the
that.
subscription to your soap. It's not that I need fucking soap. I mean, we have
He's investing in you because he likes
But,
you. Yeah.
yeah,
So we
I'm
get it.
supporting
It's the people.
you as a person,
So-
and that's what it is for me.
And I want to bring this up. So Greg put over here date night, and
Yes.
so we were at HEB earlier buying the 5x5 beers that we have, and so we're in front of this guy, and I look behind him on the conveyor belt. This guy bought a bushel of flowers, 2 bottles of wine, and a case of beer. And I literally look at him and I go, "Date night?" And he goes, and he starts laughing. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna surprise her." And I was like,
Now, let me paint you a picture of this guy, though. He's got his square-toed, steel-toed work boots on, some cut-off Wrangler jeans,
in a fishing shirt.
yeah,
He
and
has
a
like
fishing
a
shirt
Magellan
and,
fishing
like-
shirt and a beard. Like he's a Southern man buying
yeah,
2 bottles of $5 wine, a thing of
some
flowers,
Milwaukee's best,
and a case of Milwaukee's best. And I was like, well, I'm just saying, we have 3 kids. If JD's coming home with that, it is date night, and we don't even have to go out.
Hey JD, so
what's
earlier,
going on, man?
I have to share because I had to go somewhere because I told Megan, oh my God, I didn't get anything to drink. And she was drinking the Corona seltzers. And she goes it to me and she goes, "You are not going on that show and drinking any of these.
Oh.
If we can't go, you got to go to the store and get something else because either you're canceling because you're not drinking this."
Oh, dang. She likes him that much?
Dude, that's-
But no, she just didn't want me on a show with hundreds of people. Hundreds, because I'm manifesting it. Hundreds of people will watch this show.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's no way
Tens of people watch.
on their screen drinking seltzers.
Oh,
Hey,
that's a
I've
good
drank
point.
seltzers
Good
on the
for
show.
you. Good for you. Haven't we had someone on the show drink seltzers? Oh,
No,
we, have.
we drank the seltzers.
Yeah, we did.
But we do need to start wrapping it up. It's hour hour 20 into this episode. She's got to get up at 4 o'clock to work out and then go to work. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Joe, for coming on. Had
We
an
appreciate
amazing
it.
time.
It was nice to finally meet you and put like a face with the name. I've seen you kind of on y'all's like entrepreneur groups. I saw you in like a small group, but
She's been on some of the Warrior calls. So, but thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you, 5x5 Brewing, for the sponsor, along with all the rest of our sponsors. That's what we're drinking
welcome
tonight.
aboard 5x5. We
Yes,
appreciate
welcome.
you.
We love your beer. As a reminder, Friday the 13th, we will start being on all of your favorite podcast hosting places. You can check all of our past episodes as well as YouTube. Next week, we have a female veteran on, so I'm just going to leave it at that. It's going to be super cool. Lots of new surprises and tantalizing information next week. I just wanted to say tantalizing. Joe, don't go anywhere. We're going to end this in the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Goodbye, everybody.
Don't forget to tell them thanks for stopping by. And
Yep. Thanks for stopping
Keep
by.
it classy, assholes.
Yeah, keep it classy, fuckheads. Good night, everybody.